First of all, congratulations for Dome. After watching the show, it feels like these were the most terrific and emotional 8 hours of my life. I'm really looking forward to see how the audience perceives it here. And Breno, I've loved the details and the tiny elements that you have taken care of while showing the past life, the present, the cuts, and all the things in between. I want to know how challenging was it for you to bring the script to life since it's based on a real story?
Wow, I'm happy that you like it. I'm proud that this work can travel and cross frontiers. We never know how we are communicating with the rest of the world. It's a big work. It's with me for many years. Victor himself told me this story 12 years ago. He worked on the script before he died, and after that, we had almost 2 years working on the details. A great puzzle with two tables of script. The first with four writers, then we changed, and later on, a person external to Amazon helping. So it's like a post graduation work.
It's interesting, Aditi, because Victor, the real life Victor, he came to Breno because Breno is very famous in Brazil for directing beautiful stories about fathers and sons. This is something that he has done for many, many years and brought millions of people to the theaters, to the cinema, to watch his stories. So Victor, he came to Breno and he said, I am not leaving this production company office unless you talk to me, and I need to tell you the story about me and my son. And what's very interesting for us on the Amazon side is that many people in Rio have heard of this criminal gang that Pedro Dom used to run, but no one ever knew, not even Pedro, that his dad, Victor, was actually an undercover police officer working against the entrance of cocaine into the country. So it's a very fascinating story that sometimes we never even can understand when a real life story is actually quite more surreal than fiction.
That's true. Also, ma'am, a huge thanks to you for making the show accessible for India. This is a story which needs to be heard and felt. I want to know what was the decision process in bringing this show to our country, considering the fact that, Indian audience has a very diverse taste with family friendly shows taking the lead. What was your thought process?
That's a really interesting question because actually one of my colleagues in India, in Mumbai, in the Amazon office, in the marketing team, he watched the show and he wrote a beautiful email about how he was emotionally affected by the show, how he felt that it could have been a story that was in Mumbai, that he seemed like it was something so familiar to him, even though it was so far away. And I thought that was so lovely. And so we started working on understanding if we thought it could really resonate with Indian audiences. And I'm so happy and pleased to see that you've enjoyed it as well. I think as we keep growing, and this is Brazil's first drama release. It's the first one that we've made. So I'm just so excited to be able to share it with the world and see that, sometimes people really do want to be emotionally attached to a story that is far away from home.
Mm-hmm. So this is also the first time a Brazilian show is making its way to India. Given the fact that previously Turkish, Spanish, and other Korean dramas have got an immense response from our country, is there a pressure with the show to live up to that expectation?
Well, I don't feel really the pressure because it's just such an amazing present. It's such a gift for us to be able to share this with Indian audiences. At Amazon right now, at Amazon Brazil, we really are concentrating on doing really Brazilian shows for Brazilian audiences, a bit like how Aparna is doing amazing Indian shows for Indian audiences, but also they also travel, right? And I think like Mirzapur and Family Man, there's a lot of these really amazing shows that she's making that have traveled. And I hope we can do the same. I think as long as we do very right to our Brazilian audiences and then also we travel, it's just the icing on the cake, right? The cherry on top.
Very true. So, Breno, I don't want to give away spoilers, but in the show, I would like to point out that the characters complemented each other in a very 360 way. You know, in the first scene, the father believes in something, and in the end of the scene, the son also believes in that too. I don't want to name it out loud. So, you know, one could also draw a parallel between the father and son when they dealt with death. So, you know, was this a conscious decision? What was your creative process in making these characters complement each other?
Well, they are very interesting and complex characters. I've never had so complex characters. They don't have only one face. They are difficult characters for you to fall in love right from the beginning. Only when the show evolves you start to understand the different layers they have. There is a very nice sentence that Victor used to say. They said they were the two sides of the same coin, and this is iconic because one is more solar than the other. Pedro was known to be very solar, but they both had a relationship with adrenaline that was very similar, and they were very temperamental. So the idea of the show is to have this puzzle and answering the question as the questions arise. But it was not easy to understand. First, it was a scripted process, and during the edition, we brought things for the first episode to the third, from the third to the second, until we got the right mix of parallels to explain the viewers who were the characters. And there were the third lawyer, the small pills for you to have a better understanding of Pedro. So it was hard work, and I'm very proud of it, because when he started to put this in a board, I didn't understand it. We had what happened in the 70s and also in the 2000. And when I changed the set, I changed all the actors, I changed the mood, the way of speaking, everything. The slam was different, everything was different. It was a crazy job to try to understand what was happening. The edition process was also very important for us to understand what we were doing.
Aditi, do you know that film with Russell Crowe where he's writing the mathematical equations on windows, on the walls?
Yeah.
You remember A Brilliant Mind? This was like Breno's writer's room. It was all glass around. The walls were all made of glass, and all of them would write, 1972, 1997. And it was really about how they were going to be able to show all these three different decades and all these different stories and intertwine them. It was like a big mathematical equation.
But I know you guys have cracked it really well, and it's reflecting on the show, as I said earlier. So thank you so much for doing this with me. I had a great time interacting with you guys. I really look forward to see how the show gets perceived over here. A huge congratulations and all the best.
Thank you so much, Aditi.
Thank you so much, Aditi. Good evening for you.
Namaste. Take care. Bye-bye.